strip like some insights, navigate the night. Truth in every state, painted pictures so right. Love to with a brand new secret. Yo, no, listen to the soul star. Pull your organ that you can't ignore. The heart of Vegas need. The voice you can't ignore. Let the Raiders roll. Yeah, let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. Yeah, keep moving through the speakers, shaking up your soul. The Lunatic Raider Show, always on a roll. Skylights in the desert, feel the rhythm of the beat. We're setting in the stage, making history in the heat. Voices rise and fall in a city that never sleeps. Yeah, the Raider Show keeps spinning. The secrets Vegas keeps. Let the Raiders roll. Let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. Yeah, keep moving through the speakers, shaking up your soul. Yeah, the Lunatic Raider Show, always on a roll. The city like splash me, right through the biggest night news on the radio. About to hit another high, everything you wanna know. With the scoop, make it fast. To facts tight, gotta make this moment last. We bring and go, half strip like in the candy with style. It's about to get wild. Let the Raiders roll. Yeah, let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. Keep moving through the speakers, shaking up your soul. Yeah, we're Lunatic Raider, always on the road. On the strip like some insights, navigate the night. Truth in every state, painted pictures so right. Love to with a brand new secret. Yo, no, listen to the soul star. Pull your organ that you can't ignore. The heart of Vegas need. The voice you can't ignore. Let the Raiders roll. Yeah, let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. Yeah, keep moving through the speakers, shaking up your soul. The Lunatic Raider Show, always on a roll. Skylights in the desert, feel the rhythm of the beat. We're setting in the stage, making history in the heat. Voices rise and fall in a city that never sleeps. Yeah, the Raider Show keeps spinning. The secrets Vegas keeps. Let the Raiders roll. Let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. Yeah, keep moving through the speakers, shaking up your soul. Yeah, the Lunatic Raider Show, always on a roll. City like splash me, right through the biggest night news on the radio. About to hit another high, everything you wanna know. With the scoop, make it fast. To facts tight, gotta make this moment last. We bring and go, half strip like in the candy with style. It's about to get wild. Let the Raiders roll. Yeah, let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. Keep moving through the speakers, shaking up your soul. Yeah, we're Lunatic Raider, always on the road. On the strip like some insights, navigate the night. Truth in every state, painted pictures so right. Love to with a brand new secret. Yo, no, listen to the soul star. Pull your organ that you can't ignore. The heart of Vegas need. The voice you can't ignore.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
Rise, my nation. Gather around and prepare. Our pride will be restored. Our shadow will fall with wicked damnation. Rise, my nation. Rise! This is your nation. This is our nation. This is the Raider Nation. Can you dig it?
What it is, Raider Nation, top of the Mickey Ficky day, evening, afternoon, whatever it is you are in the world. Happy Raider Day. Shout out to all y'all, man. Welcome to another episode of the Lunatik Raider Show with yours truly, Lunatik Raider, right here on Raiders Allegiance, man. Thank y'all for pulling up. Today, we're going to discuss the possible free agent veteran quarterbacks that the Raiders can go out and choose from. We already know that the Jets informed Aaron Rodgers they're not going to go anywhere with him. They're not moving forward with him. So they're going to release him most likely a post-June 1st release just to save them money under the cap. Also, there's another name floating out there. Everybody's hearing about Sam Darnold as well as Justin Fields. So those three quarterbacks we're going to cover today. We're going to talk about the pros and cons, what they bring to the table, what could hurt the team if we sign them, and all that good stuff, man. So welcome to this edition of the Lunatik Raider Show. Shout out to everybody out there, man. The world's most dangerous chat. I'm up here looking for shit and can't find it. Ain't that a bitch? Hey, shout out to all y'all, man. I appreciate y'all, man. We got my guy, man, Raider Paul in the building, man, and you already know what it is.
Matter time. There you go.
Shout out to you, man. I hope everything is well. Mike G in the building, man. What it is, bruh. What it is, man. Billy Davis in the house, man. My guy. What it is, what it was, and what it always shall be. Robert Pena, salute to you as well, my brother. I hope all is well with you. Yes, indeed. And I got to follow it up because Pena hit me up with the same thing.
Matter time. There you go.
Shout out to y'all, man. Y'all be making this shit fun. Shout out to my guy, man. We got Frank Perez in the building, man. And he's a good boy, and he went pee-pee. I'm glad you did, bro, or you get a bladder infection. Shout out to you. Sacktown Raider Mike, man. What it is, man, coming from the Sacktown itself. I hope all is well with you and your family, man. You know what I mean? I hope it's going in the right direction for you, my brother, for real. Jamil Akbar is in the building, man. Salute to you, my brother. Hope all is well. Yes, indeed. Let me see what we got Navy vet in the building, man. My dude, man. Salute to you. I appreciate you for pulling up. Yes, indeed. Let me see what we got up in this Mickey 51 time, man. Larry in the building. Salute to you, man. I hope all is well with you, brother. Yes, indeed. Let's continue on. Lawrence E in the building. What it is, man. I hope all is well. Yes, sir. And then shout out to everybody on Instagram. My guy, Octavius Miller in the Mickey Ficky house, man. Salute to you, man. Yes, indeed. I hope I don't, let me see. Make sure I get this right. Edie Mendez. I hope I got that right. If I butchered it, God forgive me. God have mercy on my soul, because I didn't intend to do it that way. But shout out to all y'all, man, and y'all get a real big fat.
Matter time. There you go.
We in the building, y'all. All right. So let me see who else we got up in here. Shout out to everybody that's here, man. If this is your first time here, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that like, hit the notification bell, leave a comment if you like. We are on our way to 3,000 subscribers. Once we hit 3,000, there will be one lucky winner chosen for a free, not a free, but a free 99 TV. Yes, indeed. We are doing a giveaway of a flat screen TV. So, man, help get this channel going. If you got friends that's Raider fans and rock with the silver and black, man, tell them about this channel and to subscribe. Once we hit 3,000, once again, we are doing the TV giveaway. What else I want to tell you? Right now we're at 2,200, so we're growing. Thanks to you guys, man. I appreciate y'all, man, for real. All right, so what we gonna do? We're gonna talk about Desert Raider or Diehard Raider in the building, man. Salute to you, man. Thank you for pulling up. Like I said, I'll leave no Raider behind, man. No Raider gets left behind. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right, so we're gonna talk about these quarterbacks. There's three common names out there that we're listening to. One is Aaron Rodgers. We're knowing the Jets are moving on from him. They're going to release him. If they don't mark him as a post June 1st release, they'll be on the hook, which for $49 million. What the June 1st release allows you to do, which you're only allowed to pick 2 players off your roster to signify them as post June 1st, it takes that salary that's remaining and splits it over 2 years. So you're looking at about a $23.6 million, I think, for 2025, and 2026 goes to 25 something million next year. Spread out for the Jets under their cap. So I can see that happening. Or if they want to, they can eat the whole $49 million for this year and just after this year be done with it totally. You know what I mean? But that will allow Aaron Rodgers to become a free agent. Now, he's 41 years of age. 2 years ago, he had an Achilles tear. Matter of fact, let's bring him up so we can look and see what he did last year. Our guy right here. Let me switch this around real quick. Okay, so in 2024, Aaron Rodgers played in 17 games. He had 584 attempts, 368 completions for 63%, with 3,897 yards, 28 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions. The positives of this, we're going to go negatives and positives. The positives on a potential Aaron Rodgers signing, positives would be it won't be a big cap hit. He's already getting paid from the Jets. He'll probably get a veteran minimum, which for his services, let me see exactly what it'd be. What would the veteran minimum be for Aaron Rodgers? What the fuck? Who they put? Give me.
So the Jets would have to pay only the veterans minimum, roughly $1.2 million. The Jets will need to be in a cap-conscious mode. Releasing or trading Rodgers will result in $49 million in dead cap charges.
So I'm not getting exactly. They give me what the hell? Why they even mention? Why they mention the Falcons? Yeah, that doesn't seem right to me. So I don't know exactly the veteran minimum for him because he's been in the league since they had leather helmets. So I don't know what that'll be, but I know it won't be a big hit. It'd be kind of similar to what Russell Wilson did last year when Denver owed him $35 million and he only got 1.3 from Pittsburgh. So you're looking at something like that. But the negatives are the positive is you won't have to give up a draft pick to try to trade for him, and the salary hit will not be bad. Period. It'll be a veteran minimum, I'm assuming. Especially for a bridge quarterback. In essence, this would be a perfect bridge quarterback for the fact 41 years old, don't have a lot of time left in the league. So maybe 1-2 year deal, and he's out the league after that. You know what I mean? So you can look at it that way. So it'll save you money and save you draft capital. Now, the negatives is, of course, his age, coming off an AC or an Achilles tear 2 years ago. And not just that, it's, does anybody want this guy in your locker room? I mean, we already know let's address the elephant in the room. In the locker room, and we hear all the rumors about Aaron Rodgers, would you want this guy around a lot of young talent that if things don't go his way, he has no problem with throwing their ass under the bus? And what does that do for confidence in a young rookie? You know what I mean? What does that do for the camaraderie within the locker room? Can it be fractured? Yes, it can. If it's fractured, what happens? All shit goes loose. You know what I mean? All hell breaks loose. So you know what I mean? It's a lot to look into. A lot of people say hard pass on Aaron Rodgers. I would be one of them. But I do understand the benefits of not giving up a draft pick and not giving up a lot of money for us to use that draft pick and that money to go out and scour free agency, as well as going to the draft, getting young talent as your foundational pieces. So I can understand that. Just because I understand it don't mean I have to agree with it. I rather not. I rather put ourselves in a position, because look, here's the scenario: you go sign Aaron Rodgers next month. Free agency starts next month. The draft don't start till April. So you got this 41-year-old quarterback that you know at his age in production. Which look at his production numbers; he wasn't bad, even though he had a lot of shit around him with the Jets. The Jets was dysfunctional. When you fire your GM and your coach, and we should know this by example, we should know this as Raider Nation, we know what happens. When that shit happens, the whole ship is going down. The morale is gone, you know what I mean? And not to mention that could have, adding certain individuals to that team could either lessen the blow or make more of an impact as far as the fracture is concerned in that locker room. So I'm not a big advocate for Aaron Rodgers. You know what I mean? Because if you do get Aaron Rodgers and you do know for certain it's going to be a 1 or 2 year deal, what if your draft pick for quarterback in the draft is a bust? Then what? We're right back at square one. You know what I mean? We're right back at square one. You're going to have to find somebody to replace Aaron Rodgers, and that rookie don't look too good. And a lot of people say, well, after 1 year, how many quarterbacks in the league right now, after 1 year, these teams are ready to move on from? Mr. Levis. Just to throw a name out there, you know what I mean? We know Tennessee's going to probably go after a quarterback. You know what I mean? Then you go at and you look at, let me see, who else out there? Young guy that they give up on too quick. Indianapolis, the brother. That's another one. You know what I mean? Like they not giving up on them, but they teetering on that shit. They are teetering on that shit for real, for real. That's right, Jack Kennedy. Jack Kennedy, hey, shout out to you, man. Thank you for pulling up. That's right. Hit them likes, y'all. Hit them likes, please. It don't cost a dime. Ray Love in the building, man. What it is, man. Salute to you. Thank you for coming. Yes, indeed. Pause. SoCal Sal in the building, man. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Pause. Fuck that. I ain't got to say pause. Pause is only for motherfuckers that be thinking that such shit anyway. You know what I mean? If you know what your intentions are, fuck what anybody else takes from it. You know what I mean? Let me see. Shout out to everybody else we got to hit them one time, and one time.
Might have time. There you go. Might have time. There you go.
We keep it litty in the city. You feel me? Shout out to all y'all. Lobby One in the building, man. What it is, man? Hey, the chat went by quick. I can't find you, bro. Hey, raise your hand up, Lobby. Okay, there you go. I see you. Hey, salute to Lobby One, man. I appreciate you for pulling up, man, for real. All right. So Aaron Rodgers, to me, I say no. It's just there's more cons than pros. Playing his age, coming off an injury that you lose explosiveness from, you don't really recover from 100%, and then the locker room. Those three things itself. Because if he goes down, then what? We're going to have to force the rookie we draft up in there, which is not a bad thing. But since we're officially trying to win now until we develop that young rookie quarterback, bruh, all that plan will go down the drain. We'll be forced to be like, you know what? We're going to try to win, but we're going to try to win with a rookie. You know what I mean? It can be done if you get the right pieces around him. But Aaron Rodgers, that locker room with a young team like ours, because I think we are – we're up there. I think top 5 in the youngest teams in the NFL. So, and we're just going to get younger because we know Minshew's going to be gone. Most likely AOC going to be gone. That quarterback room is going to be revamped. It's going to be revamped, and it's all going to be a bunch of athletic quarterbacks that can hurt you with their legs as well as their arm. That's just what Chip Kelly is better suited for. With all those years at Oregon, hey, Oregon still to this day still recruits those type of quarterbacks. And Chip Kelly hasn't been there in years. You know what I mean? So there is certain parts of Chip Kelly's ideology that remains back in Eugene with the Oregon Ducks, because them same quarterbacks keep coming through that door. You know what I mean? And plus, like I told you, I know for a fact that college dictates to the NFL as far as the trend at quarterback, because whatever quarterbacks those colleges go and recruit that end up playing for them are the only group of quarterbacks that the NFL has to draft from. So if all of college say, man, I want a dual threat, a guy that can run and throw, and that's all you start seeing in the landscape of college football, then the only quarterbacks NFL teams are going to draft are quarterbacks that can run and throw, because that's all there is in college. So we've seen the game change and be dictated by the lower level of the college level. So I see that happening. That's no doubt. Plus, you know what I mean? It's just humans going to get faster, stronger, and jump higher. It's just inevitable. It's just that's the real evolution. It ain't like we're going to evolve into gorillas and you know what I mean? And dinosaurs and shit. But we will evolve physically, because there's always going to be a way to find out how I can do it a little bit more better, a little bit more faster, a little bit more higher. You know what I mean? So it's always going to be that. Let me see. Oh yeah, we in here deep, man. Shout out to everybody, man. I got to make sure I don't forget nobody. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. The world's most dangerous chat. I love that shit. That's what you call unity. For those that don't know what unity look like, hey, take a look at the nation. Sometimes we don't agree, but we still rock the silver and black. All right, so that's my little spew on Aaron Rodgers. I say no. Like I say, the negatives outweigh the positives, but the positives are cap money and draft picks. We don't have to trade for him. He is going to be a free agent because the Jets are done with him. So let's move on to the next one. Next up is going to be Justin Fields, 2024 stats. He played in 10 games. He had 161 attempts with 106 completions with a percentage of 65.8. Like I say, anything above 60% is good to me at quarterback position. Anything over 60. Now we're looking at people in the 60s. When you get into the 70s, now you're really impressive. You know what I mean? So 65.8 completion percentage. He had 1,106 yards passing, 5 TDs, and 1 interception in limited play. Like I said, he played in 10 games. We already know Russell Wilson took over once he came back from injury. So my thing is, I think Pittsburgh is more leaning towards Wilson, for the fact that I think their mentality is win now also. You know, they were in the playoffs under Wilson, even though they didn't do that great towards the end of the season, but they got in there. You know what I mean? So maybe a full slate of 17 games for Wilson might be good for them. But as far as us and Justin Fields, now Justin Fields I wouldn't be mad at. The positives and negatives on him, and the negatives to me aren't that bad. The negatives can be fixed, especially with the coaching staff we have. To address the negatives is his consistency throwing. That's all it ever is. When you got a dual threat quarterback, 9 times out of 10, their Achilles heel is going to be the arm talent. You know what I mean? Can it be developed? Can you devise an offense around the strengths of a quarterback like this and hide his weaknesses? Yes, because that's what Chip Kelly does. And that's exactly what Pete Carroll and exactly what Spytek said at the press conference, that you don't have to have an elite quarterback, but you need the things around him to make him successful. So I'm thinking that's what we're going to go for in free agency and in the draft, is to strengthen up the line, strengthen up the run game, because we're going to run heavy. And if you're a run heavy team, why wouldn't you want a quarterback that's mobile like a Justin Fields? That adds to your run game. That adds to the run game too. You know what I mean? He may not be coming out the backfield with the backs, but he adds to the run game himself as a mobile quarterback. So if you're going to be run heavy, I would want a quarterback that can run too, because that's just another wrinkle in your offense that causes defenses to have to think. And the worst thing you want to do on defense is have to think. You just want to flow. You want to flow like water. Rest in peace. You already know the late great Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee, man, you know what I mean? You want to flow like water. You know what I mean? You don't want to have to think. Because when you think, you don't make a decision when you think. You want to just off the cuff. So I would love to have a mobile quarterback like Justin Fields, youthful. Now, as you see, let me move my big ass head out the way. Oh shit. Let me move this around real quick so y'all can see this. Bring it over here. Now you see the projected salary for Justin Fields, though, as a free agent, is going to be $25.6 million. This is what Spotrac said. As far as what they project him to make in 2025 is $25 million. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. And when we get into Sam Darnold, we're going to break down. Like I said, Aaron Rodgers, they don't really have a number for it, but it will be most likely a veteran minimum due to the fact that the Jets will still be paying him. But Justin Fields, arm got to be developed still. And we can't be mad at, because we know about Getsy, and we know that's who Fields had in Chicago. Getsy. I'm surprised Getsy got another job that quick. But you know what I mean? He's not an offensive coordinator, though. But we've seen what Getsy did with us. Not a damn thing. And we've seen what the difference was, because once we got rid of Getsy and changed the play callers, the same playbook, but different play callers, we got different production. So to me, I think Getsy's lack of play calling and just, I think, trying to force a certain player into his offense rather than trying to mold his offense around a player. Chip Kelly is the opposite. Chip Kelly, it says what he's learned to do is find out what the strengths and weaknesses are of a quarterback and fit his offense around him. And I love that, because that's how it's supposed to be. Stop trying to fit a square peg in a round hole. It's not going to work. Not going to work. So if it's a square peg, what you do, if your offense is the round hole, you change your offense into a square hole to make sure that square peg fits. That's exactly what you do. So I think Chip Kelly has an idea and knows exactly what he wants to do. I think Justin Fields will be tremendous in a Chip Kelly offense. Hands down. He's exactly the prototypical type of quarterback that Chip Kelly wants in his offense. You know what I mean? If you go back and look what he has and what he wants, you know what I mean? He goes to, see, you got to remember, Oregon head coach, UCLA head coach. He had to make work what he had. But in Oregon, he had opportunity being there for a while, and he single-handedly, I ain't going to say single-handedly, I think some of his coaching staff and the recruits that came into Oregon changed that whole program. Because Oregon wasn't an elite college level type college that was in contention for national championships until Chip Kelly changed that. Being innovative. That's another key word that I like with Chip Kelly and with Justin Fields. Innovative. Creating new plays and wrinkles in your offense that has not been seen before. You know what I mean? Everybody was getting, excited with Ben Johnson because that's what he did. Exactly what Ben Johnson did with Detroit was innovative with his offensive play calling. Chip Kelly was the first one doing that. You know what I mean? And I think Justin Fields with Chip Kelly and a Greg Olsen, because Greg Olsen's been around some good quarterbacks. You put him in a position of being just a QB coach and not an offensive play caller, because we always said sometimes we get these guys who are former coaches and they're not as good of a coach as they were as a coordinator. Chip Kelly, to me, was one of them. But Chip Kelly admitted being a head coach, he didn't really like being a coach in college. He didn't like the recruiting and the NIL deals, and so having to deal with all that. He just want to play. He wants to just call football. And being an offensive coordinator, I think now he gets back to what he truly loves. I just want to call plays. I want to create plays and call plays. I'm not worried about head coaching. Oh, let's go. Pete Carroll got Pete Carroll running the show. He got the right guys, I think, in the right position. But I think Justin Fields and Chip Kelly and Greg Olsen would do wonders. And I know that for a fact they'll devise plays that will soften the blow with the consistency of what Justin Fields has with the arm talent. So that's one guy. And then the $25.6 million is more than what you would give Aaron Rodgers, but Aaron Rodgers ain't got his youth or his athleticism either. So it's a trade-off right there. So that's my thing on Justin Fields. I would not be mad at it. I know it's going to cost about 25 mil, round off to 20, actually 25.663 to be precise. So you're going to have to pay to play. But what you want to pay is not too much. If you got 98 million under the cap as we speak, I don't want to give half of that away to one player. This would not be half of it. This would be slightly over, and I think we'll move over the 98 million number once we do some releases, maybe even a couple of restructures. Who knows? You know what I mean? But yes, Justin Fields, I wouldn't be mad at. Compared to Aaron Rodgers, hell no. All right, so let's move on next. We got Sam Darnold. We already know he had a tremendous year this year with the Minnesota Vikings. Played in 17 games, 545 attempts, 361 completions for a 66.2% completion percentage. Like I told you, anything over 60 to me is good. To me is good. Over 60 is good. And these guys are all mid 60 or higher. So 66.2. He had 4,319 yards passing, 35 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions. Now, here's the interesting part when it comes to Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold, this is the greatest season he has had as an NFL player. He has not come nowhere close to these numbers that he put up last year with Minnesota. You know, Minnesota was loaded. 15 wins on the season, man. You was it 15? Yeah, 15 wins on the season. You can't knock that. But what did they do in the playoffs? You know what I mean? He had a lot of good talent around him. Now, we can't use that as a negative, saying, well, he had Justin Jefferson and da-da-da and da-da-da and da-da-da. Because in the NFL, you're going to have the best of the best, and I assume that Raiders are not just going to have Brock Bowers, Jacoby Myers, who, must I mention, both were over 1,000 yards receiving with no quarterback, no run game, and a half-made offensive line. But yet both of them got over 1,000 yards in the same season. That's what I'm telling you, the potential there. So he would have the potential there. And I do see the Raiders going into the draft and free agency and acquiring more talent on the offensive side of the ball, especially in the run game. I see us drafting a couple of running backs. You might even get a free agent running back that, you know, might pan out and add just one running back in the draft. You know what I mean? We might have one on the roster. We don't know what we got with Sincere McCormick as far as, you know, me staying healthy and getting the carries. But we know for a fact what I'm hearing by executives and so forth in the NFL is that under Pete Carroll and the type of offense that they think we're going to run, most likely we're going to be run heavy. And I'm not mad at that if we're successful at doing it. You better start with the offensive line. So in the draft and free agency, I think the offensive line is going to be the first things we hit. Guard position. We're going to be out there on the guards for real. So they're going to work from the inside out. Defense too. We're going to go find that defensive tackle. Maybe we bring back Kuntz, maybe we don't. If not, what do we do? Do we draft a defensive end? Do we go sign one in free agency and let Kuntz walk? Does Kuntz get 20 mil? Or since he's coming off injury, does that lessen the blow? Do you look at between 12 and 15? I don't think about 12. I think probably 15. 15 mil for Kuntz might be somewhere that you can, you know what I mean? Not 20. Not 20 because, I mean, is that injury going to linger? Are you going to be injury prone? You know, as soon as you started getting, you know, got your 8 sacks, there was promising. You know what I mean? But we'll see. Is it cheaper to go? Well, I know it's cheaper to draft one, but if you draft one, is he going to be able to give you about 8, 9, 10 sacks? Is he going to have that kind of ability that he could do that? I'm not saying he will, but could he do that? There's a lot to factor in. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Let me take a quick break. Wild Turkey in the building, man. Salute to you. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Eric Raiders, Hayes Hunters, shout out to you. Salute to you. Thank you for pulling up. Let me see what else we got up in here. Make sure I ain't forgot nobody. Yeah, I'm not playing Coons 18. That's why about 15 max. 15 max per, I can see that. Maybe you might not even go exactly that high, but have incentives, you know, where he has to hit certain numbers to get that money. I can see that happening. You know, just if coming off an injury like that, I can see an incentive-based contract. How many years? Now, I don't think full-fledged a whole. I don't know. I can't really speak. I don't know exactly how Spy Tech will get down. You know what I mean? He's never been a GM. I know the philosophy carrying over from Tampa Bay. From how, if you from the outside looking in, seeing how they operated and they brought in talent and did damn good in the draft. I think the draft is the key. That's why I think there's going to be a couple of times we trade back just to accumulate picks. We're going to trade back a couple of times just to go. It's a cheaper route to go, but if you got an eye for talent, then I'll take the cheap route with that and then rely on your eye and go get guys that can come up in here and produce. And will be young with a nice young foundation for this franchise to continue forward with being, you know, a contender. When I say contender, not just Super Bowl contender, but just contending for a playoff spot. You know what I mean? Super Bowl, I'm not worried about that right now. In order to get in the Super Bowl, you got to make the playoffs. So playoffs got to be our first. That's our goal. Get in first. You know what I mean? You know, let her, if she let you in that front door, then you got opportunity to hit. You know what I mean? If she say, oh, you know, I'm sleepy, I'm going to bed now, I'll call you tomorrow, ain't shit coming. That's the playoffs. The playoffs is her letting you in that front door. So if we can get through that front door, we might be smashing something. You feel me? So that's just an analogy that I know we understand. Alfredo, the boss with the sauce, man. Salute to you, man. Thank you for pulling up. Yes, indeed. Question: if Ward or Sanders is there, hold on. What can you say? Can you say if Sanders is there and Mason Graham, who do you want? See, now you starting to talk the right language, Kenna. Now this one is a dilemma because this is why I say this. Damn. See, because the thing is this. Right now, they got two quarterbacks ranked as the top two quarterbacks in this draft. Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders. But then you got Graham. You know what I mean? Graham is one of them dudes. But we know we're hurt. We're hurting at quarterback. But then I don't think it would be a reach because if Shedeur, I don't think Cam is going to beat her at 6. Matter of fact, I can put my bottom dollar on it. Cam is gone. Sanders is the only realistic, but you got to see how the stars line up with Shedeur Sanders because Shedeur Sanders been working with Tom Brady since high school. Tom Brady has a voice in what's going on with the quarterback position. Mark Davis told you that. Everybody that has ever, I just heard Adam Butler with Hondo Carpenter yesterday, and he said with Tom Brady, he expects to win. Not hope to win, he expects. And he said on that team, when Butler was there in New England and all that shit, he said Tom Brady was just the type of person that made you want to, I'm going to win too. You know what I mean? And I know that's what kind of mentality Sanders has. You know, and we're all waiting until the end of the, matter of fact, next weekend, combine, not this weekend coming, but next weekend is the combine. So now we're going to get, hopefully he takes part in it, which I don't see why he wouldn't. But we get to see the athleticism part because I know he's comfortable in the pocket, and I know that's how he was trained and groomed by Brady. But one thing he has that Brady didn't have is the athleticism. Don't think that just because Shedeur don't run don't mean he can't. Let's not, the apple don't fall far from the tree, and we know what Deion did speed-wise when he had 10 toes. You know what I mean? But Shedeur, I think he's going to surprise people on that 40. He can run, but he's patient. And a lot of people say he holds on to the ball too quick. But here's the counter to that. I don't think Chip Kelly's offense allows you to hold the ball too long. That's the whole what people's not talking about. Oh, he holds the ball too long. Chip Kelly's offense doesn't allow you to do that. Chip Kelly's offense is predicated on get rid of it, get rid of it, get rid of it, next play, get rid of it, next play, get rid of it, next play. An up-tempo offense does not allow you to hold on to the ball too long. So I'm not worried about him holding on to the ball too long. You know what I mean? But Graham, I'm sorry, dude. I'm gonna have to if Cam Ward and Shador is the top two, and I can get Shador at 6 without trading up. Welcome to the Raiders, Shador. Graham, we just gonna have to pass up. But here's another scenario. So those are just 2 scenarios you came with, Jack. What's the other scenario is, what if Cam and Shador is gone by the time 6 comes? Now we're talking Graham. Now we're talking McMillan. Now we're talking Genty. Now a lot of people say, oh, Genty, that's too high. Not if you're going to be a run-heavy team. And we've seen the workload that Genty had with Boise State. Don't think he can't be a bell cow and carry that. He showed us he can, because that's what he did. But at 6, I don't know. Now that we get into the interesting thing that I wouldn't mind if Shador and Cam Ward are gone before 6, trade back from 6. Trade back 3-4 spots. You know what I mean? I would trade back. With who? I bet you Dallas is salivating for Genty. And we don't need, it's not like it's all, and we all have to just put everything in on the table like I'm all in on Genty. No, there's too many running backs in this draft to even worry about Genty, especially if we're not just going to a single back running 30 carries a game. Oh, we're going to have running backs, plural, with one of them S's that Drake failed with the Party Next Door album. Let me quit. But yeah, I'm not tripping off a running back that high. So if somebody wants Genty at 6, Cowboys, you know you make dumbass moves. Hey, we got a dumbass move for you. You move up to 6 from where they at? 12? Is Dallas at 12? Come on up to 6. We'll take your 12. We'll take your 2nd. Hell, we might even take a 3rd from you if you really want them. That means we'll drop back to 12 and still get a good pick. We'll have 2 2nds and 3 3rds. What can you do with that, Spy Tech? What can you do with 2 2nds and 3 3rds? Just by moving back 6 spots. You might even squeeze something. You might get another 6. To be honest with you, if they thirsty for Genty that much, and I think Cowboys would be thirsty for a running back. They've been thirsty for a running back, bruh. I know we can get they firstborn and the keys to the Lambo. You know what I mean? If they want to move up to 6 for Genty, because Genty will be there. But I will get on the phone with, hey, Cowboys, we know you want them. What you want to do? That build O-line. So if you have 2 2nds and 2 3rds, guess what you get to do? I guarantee you we get a quarterback without reaching. I bet you we get a quarterback in the 2nd round. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's Jackson Dart. But that's not just the only one, though. You know, we got quarterbacks out there that fit what Chip Kelly would want at the quarterback position, with one being a former quarterback at Ohio State. You know what I mean? So Raider Talk, salute. Thank you for pulling up. Hey, thank you, man. For subscribing to this motherfucking shit. Shout out to y'all, you man. Chris N, thank you for subscribing, man. We working our way up to it, man. We working our way to 3,000 wow, and I'm giving away a flat screen. So like I say, the one lucky winner. Hey, it's going down on this channel, man. This is our channel, not my channel, our channel. So when people ask you, oh, are you guys going over to the Lunatik Raider Show? I'm like, hell yeah, that's our spot. This is y'all spot. Too bad I ain't got Hennessy, vodka, and tequila in the motherfucking chat. But hey, virtual drinks on it to everybody. You're my shot. You know, I've been off my agua, y'all. I've been trying to, I'll be drinking like a motherfucker. So I try to not drink during the week. And then on the weekend, floodgates are open. Open ball. Oh, if you guys are ever in Vegas, I'm going to tell y'all this. Go to the observation wheel. Now, it's going to be a little pricey, but it's going to be worth it. There is an observation. It looks like the big old Ferris wheel. Well, we got these pods on there. It's like $85 after all the taxes and all that shit per person. But it's an open bar on one of them. For 30 minutes, you can drink whatever you want for 30 minutes on an open bar. And it does take, and that 30 minutes lasts, hey, you think that shit long? I mean, it happened quick. That 30 minutes is longer than you think, bruh. Because it goes real slow. Man, we was, Valentine's Day, me and my girl went on there and we got to knocking down these drinks. And then the bartender said, well, I got a specialty one that I make myself. Shit, make that shit. She called it a Tropical Thunder. Man, that shit was so fire, man. We was knocking them down. And then right even before the little ride ended, where we was getting ready to get off, she made us one more drink to take with us. So if y'all ever in Vegas, go to the observation wheel. Go ahead and pay that $85. It's like going into a club, but the drinks are unlimited. And you can drink a lot, because I was in there like, damn. I thought 30 minutes would go by that quick. Shit, not when you moving that slow. It seemed like an eternity, boy. We just not. Let me get another one. Let me get another one. Let me get another one. You know what I mean? So, hey, that's a dope thing. If y'all ever in Vegas, especially if you come out here for a Raider game, make sure you and your people or your girl, wherever you with, go to the observation wheel, man, and get you that that is, like you say, you got to be 21 years on up. But man, get on that thing, bro. You'll thank me later. Thank me later. But yeah, man. So let's get back to supposed to be talking about Sam Darnold. Now, Sam Darnold, like I said, this is the best year he has had in his career. Is it only because he was with Minnesota? Because that's what everything else don't add up to what he did this year. Can he duplicate that again in a new system, I think Chip Kelly could be successful with him, but look at what it says at the bottom, projected 2025 salary. $40.6 million is what the projection of Sam Darnold is. If you're signing Sam Darnold at $40 million per year, he's no longer a bridge quarterback. I'm just saying, $40 million a year, that's not bridge money. That's not bridge money. Because don't forget last year when we got Minshew was 2 years, $24 million. We were all saying that's not backup money. Well, if that's not backup money, what the fuck we think $40 million is? I'm just saying, the Sam Darnold willing. I mean, I don't see him not turning down $40 million for a year. But if we're offering him like 1-2 years, $40 million per, I'm sure there's a team out there willing to offer him 5 years, 120, 130 million a year. Not 130 a year, but 5 years, 130 million. He ain't turning that shit down. So the reality of us really getting a Sam Darnold, and everybody said, keep your eyes on the Raiders, Sam Darnold. Bruh, I no doubt in my mind we're drafting a quarterback in this draft. Period. I would love a veteran, but this is where why I say Justin Fields out of these three to me make the most sense. 25 million compared to 40? We save 15 mil? Come on now. What could you use that 15 mil on? Oh, I know. Keeping Kuntz. Come on, bruh. Come on. No brainer. No brainer. Sam Darnold is a no for me. He did good in Minnesota. Yes. He did good. But what can you compare last season to? There's nothing even in the ballpark of what he did this year compared to his season. Are you thinking, oh, well, maybe he figured it out? Yeah? You willing to put $40.6 million on that he figured it out? Or was it just a system fit? But Lunatic, you said he could fit with Chip Kelly. I believe that shit. But does Minnesota have more than what we have on our team? I mean, I'm just saying, they weren't in an easy division. There was other teams in that division. Green Bay, playoff team. We ain't gonna talk about no Bears. The Bears. Now let me quit. But I'm saying is, are you willing to put $40.6 million on the table, believing in Sam Darnold to duplicate what he did this past season? So that 40 million, and don't forget, we only got around 98 right now. So you're talking damn near half of your salary cap going to one fucking player. That's considered a bridge. He's not going to be a bridge at 40 mil unless you can get him to sign off for a 2-year deal for 80 mil. And you probably ask that for that shit fully guaranteed. I think that's the only thing that'll make him fully guaranteed 2 years, 80 mil. But a lot of teams don't like fully guaranteed. But if he's a bridge, why not fully guarantee it if you know he's temporary? Fully guaranteed is where I'll stay away from if it's a long term. Ask Cleveland. Ask Cleveland about fully guaranteeing a long-term deal for a quarterback that they're still on the hook for, who ain't gonna play this year because of injury. Not because he went into a massage parlor and tried to paint the walls, but he got hurt. I don't want to be on the hook like that. You got to allow flexibility. And I don't want to give a 2-year, $80 million fully guaranteed contract to Darnold, because what if Darnold sucks ass this year? Then we're on the hook for another 40 mil guaranteed next year, and he might become the fucking backup to the rookie we draft this year. That's the scenario. You know what I mean? So I'm slow down, pump your brakes on that one, bro. I'm not a big fan of that. So Sam Darnold to me is a no. So out of Sam Darnold, Aaron Rodgers, and Justin Fields as a bridge, and Justin Fields might even work out. Still a young dude. What if he gets in Chip Kelly's offense and kills it? What if Chip Kelly devises an offense that just look like Oregon, where we're throwing up damn near 40 points a game under Fields? What do we do? That's not a bad position to be in. You're only paying him 25 mil because his projection, let's go back. His projection is 25.6 mil. For a young guy that could operate a Chip Kelly offense. So that still gives us some wiggle room. Like I said, compared to 40 million for Sam Darnold, you're only paying 25 for Fields, which frees up 15 mil, which, like I said, at max, I think that could be something suitable for Malcolm Kuntz to come back. Now you done solidified your defensive line. What Pete Carroll and Spike Tech said at the news conference? You don't have to have an elite quarterback with the greatest arm, but you got to have the pieces around him. Well, we just started with the defensive line by that 15 million extra that we saved from not giving it to Darnold to giving it to Kuntz. Now we got a defensive front four that could get pressure on the Mahomes like Philadelphia did by themselves, which means you're allowed to drop back your linebackers. Now you start playing the game. You got your quarterback that right now we look at him as a bridge, but possibly he can earn more. Like I said, if he gets out there and kills it, you're going to have to rethink, bro. Is he just a bridge? Chip Kelly knew exactly what to do with him. But that's a wait and see. But I know the Aaron Rodgers, know the Sam Darnold. I would not be mad at Justin Fields. It gives you too many options. You don't have to trade for him. You don't have to use a draft pick for him. So you get to keep your assets. You don't have to pay him $40 million a year. He's not hella old. He's not coming off a major injury. Too many positives outweigh the negative. The only negative, consistency at throwing. Can Chip Kelly and Greg Olsen fix that? I believe they could. I'm telling you. He's going to have a lot of opportunities in a fast-paced offense. He's going to get a lot of more shots than usual. Which, what they say, what makes you better? Reps? Repetitions? How many repetitions you think you can get in a Chip Kelly offense? I dropped the mic. How many repetitions at quarterback do you think you get in a Chip Kelly offense compared to just the standard offense through the NFL? Probably what, double? Halftime? You'll be hiking. The ball get hiked way before the 5-second warning clock. You know what I mean? The game clock. Half the game clock is only going to be used. He's not going to make it difficult. He's going to simplify it. And you figure that line, Bowers, Jacoby Myers, Trey Tucker, Whatever running back, you can infuse any running back, and there's so many running backs in this draft. I'm not even worried about it. We can milk the shit out of Dallas for Genty. Then we get more second, third round capital to go in and get offensive line. Now we can go guard. Now we can go linebacker, corner. You know what I mean? Safety. If we're letting one of these guys walk, I'm just saying. That makes too much sense. Now, is he gonna be the GOAT and take us to the promised land? Can you imagine if we do get Sanders and Justin Fields? Those are typically, I think Sanders is a better thrower. Like right now, I think he's more consistent. And I know exactly what Tom Brady is expecting out of Shedeur, just because he's been the mentor. He's been the guy grooming. This has been his understudy since high school. So they have, I think since Shedeur was 15, Tom Brady's been working with him. Shedeur is what now? 21, 22? About 6-7 years with Tom Brady? Come on, bruh. I done seen the videos. And they've been working on foot, and you know how much of a perfectionist Tom Brady is, regardless. So if he's a perfectionist, what you think he's going to want from his understudy? Perfection. Now he's a part owner, so at our practices, guess who's going to be out? See, you got to remember, Tom Brady's only announcer during the season, preseason and regular season. What about training camp? What about when camp opens up? I bet you Brady's out there with, if we got Shedeur and them out there, I guess who's working with them? You look at Minshew and AOC, that's not Tom Brady ain't worked with them. Tom Brady ain't worked with them at all. Everybody keeps saying AOC. I don't ever hear AOC name out of Tom Brady's mouth. It is what it is. It's time to move on. Next page. Turn the page, please. So with that being said, man, let me see. We got in here Die Hard Raider. Najee is a power back that can break tackles. I like Najee Harris, but let's be honest. How much is Najee gonna want? 10 mil? 10 mil a year? Around here? Let me see. What is Najee Harris's projected salary for 2025? Najee Harris is 26 years old and he's projected to make $9.2 million a year. 9.2. Which would be the 8th highest in the NFL, behind Cardinals' James Conner. And James Conner make 9.5. And in front of Lions, David Montgomery at 9.1. See, and it's like, I'm not mad at Najee. I like Najee, Bay Area representative, you know what I mean? But we can get 2 running backs in this draft, I guarantee you, with a mobile quarterback that can run too, bro. That really, what could you use that 9.2 on? You know what I mean? Like, if you sign Najee, you letting somebody walk. Who is it that you let walk? What's more important? Especially if you're going not just a single back, but if you're going by a 2-back system and you got a mobile quarterback to infuse in that offense as well, why would I need a Najee Harris? I'm just saying this at 9.2 million. That's bruh. It's a lot. That's why I said it's a lot. We got to fact. Thank God they got a front office with guys handling salaries and moving numbers and crunching numbers around to see exactly what we can get value from. But I'm not mad at Najee. You know what I mean? But why go a 26-year-old running back for 9.2 mil when we can get a 21-year-old running back for about 2 mil? You feel me? And I think on who was it? Rundown. Shout out to Raider Rundown. If y'all don't know, go to Raider Rundowns. If you're not subscribed to him, please subscribe, man. Like I said, we're one nation. He was saying on his show yesterday, and he made, because they was doing like what free agents to let walk and who you can sign and, you know, possibly draft. And when it came to running backs, he mentioned Chubb, and then I forgot the running back he said to draft. And those two alone, salary was $10 million. $10 million for Chubb and oh my God, I want to remember the fucking the running back he mentioned. I can't fucking remember. Go watch his last episode from yesterday. Watch that whole episode, man. It was a bomb ass show yesterday. Hey, salute the rundown, man, for real. But yeah, why? If you give a Najee 9.2, why not give $10 million to two running backs? You know what I mean? And one of them will be a draft pick, which he's gonna be around for a while. You know what I mean? He's gonna be around for a while. All right, y'all. So that's what I came up with, man. Like I said, out of Aaron Rodgers, Sam Darnold, and Justin Fields, out of those three, I would take Justin Fields. I would take Justin Fields. It just feels better than those two. It just is what it is. I'm not saying Justin Fields. Oh no, not. But it's going to be cheaper than Darnold. He's younger than Rodgers, and I think with Chip Kelly, with a Justin Fields type quarterback, I think he'll make that work because that's all he's worked with. You know what I mean? Another name out there, in case y'all don't, Mariota, because he's familiar with that system with Chip Kelly. But that's not the same Mariota from college. You know what I mean? But I think he can make that work with Mariota too, because Mariota done did it. You know what I mean? But Justin Fields is a younger quarterback that you cannot deny on leg wise, running the ball, he's dynamic at the quarterback position. Running the ball at the quarterback position, Justin Fields is dynamic. It's just the consistency from the throwing is what we want to see improvement on. And I think Greg Olsen and Chip Kelly can help with that, man. That comes through coaching. You know what I mean? That being said, man, shout out to everybody out there. We got Jason Downs in the building, man. Salute. Yes, Chip does run a different offense now, but I think it's because of the talent pool that he has. You know what I mean? It's like he went to UCLA. Do you think UCLA is going to outbid Oregon for the best mobile quarterback or even a transfer portal quarterback? You think he's going to choose UCLA, or is he going to go to Oregon, who played for the Big Ten championship in just their first year? You see what I mean? So it's like you got to look at everything, the perspective of everything. Ain't no elite. If an elite player is choosing out of anybody on the West Coast, it's gonna be Oregon. I think USC, just because of where they're located, big city. So you get, you know what I mean? Big eyes are on you now that they're in the Big Ten now, especially. But Oregon is one of them top dogs. You ain't, if Oregon offers you a scholarship, you're not telling them no. Nike is backing them too in the NIL deals. Nike started in Oregon, at the University of Oregon. The first track shoe was made from a waffle iron. They started off in track. Michael Jordan is what put him on top when they decided to go basketball and sign him. Who was the first signing? Ahmad Rashad. Those that don't know, that never seen him, used to be an announcer. Yeah, he played for the University of Oregon football. He was a running back. He was the first one. Matter of fact, Nike was gonna give him one of them deals that was lifetime, but he turned it down. He said, "Nah, I don't want that deal." Ahmad Rashad fucked up, and that's when at that moment he fucked up. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, man. Shout out to all y'all. Let me see who else is pulling up. Hey, salute to y'all, man. For real, for real. Tony Angel in the building, man. Salute to y'all, man. I'm about to get my light-skinned blind ass up out of here, but hey, I can see the Raiders kick other teams' ass. I can see that. But anyway, y'all enjoy y'all Tuesday. Be safe. Make it back home to your loved ones, man. You know what it is. It's the Lunatik Raider Show, man. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll finish the last 3 of our mock draft. If y'all have not seen the mock draft that we did, I'm going to post it on Instagram under the Raiders Allegiance channel, so y'all can see that shit. To me, it was a bomb-ass draft that I put together for the picks that we had. No trade-ups, no trade-downs. Just stuck it out at every pick, man, and I think I came up with a hitter, bruh. I came with a hitter. So with that being said, man, you guys enjoy your Tuesday. Be safe. Make it back to your loved ones, and I'll be back here tomorrow. Same Raider time, same Raider channel, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, right here on Raiders Allegiance, man. Hey, God bless y'all, man. Thank y'all for pulling up and supporting the channel. If you haven't done so, please subscribe, hit that like, do all that good shit for your boy, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. And like I always say about this time, I'm out this bitch. Ha ha!